So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Mariana, and I am the event planner at Cloudprinter.com. I am very happy to welcome all of you on our webinar. And if you would like to know how you can grow your print business, or if you would like to know how to go even faster in 2022, you're in the right place and your right time. So, the webinar 2022 kickoff, how our global API can boost your print business. And today I'm not alone. Today I am with Martijn, the CEO and co-founder at Cloudprinter.com, and Tim Cox, the business developer director. Hi guys, how are you?
All good, thank you.
Hi, Marielle.
I think we are ready to start. So let's begin then.
Sure. Let me kick off, Marielle, because it was a wonderful 2021, but I think the next year will be even more fun, or the next year already started. I see that most of the attendees of today are print partners of us, or print partners with who we are negotiating or in discussions to connect to our platform. But for those who have no clue who we are and just received an invite via social network or whatever, just a short summary. As Cloudprinter, we are currently the leading print API platform that enables our customers to print anywhere in the world. Our customers are publishers, web-to-print companies, Fortune 500, NGOs, governments, and they are looking for a way to hook into a platform to print locally, either around the corner or on a global scale, without the need or necessity to integrate with many different print partners, discuss different pricing and so on. We are a Dutch company with branches in Denmark, Ukraine and India. We currently employ around, I think already 76 people. We hired a few new people in the past days. So that is just a refreshment or for the ones who were not really aware yet of what we do with Cloudprinter. Let's switch to the next one. So if we look back to 2021, it was really the year that we made a lot of progress and also where we received a lot of, let's say, recognition. We saw that print buyers start to understood that they need to spread the risk in print sourcing and not bundle all their volume anymore to one or two print partners in a specific market, but really go as local as possible. We managed to connect or to sign agreements with leading web-to-print providers, publishers, e-commerce players, and we are even proud that several Fortune 500 companies made the choice to go for Cloudprinter rather than a managed print service provider. I think it's overall just the beginning. The momentum is here, reducing carbon emissions and kill the risk of sourcing everything to one or two print partners is on the top of the agenda of almost every print buyer. E-commerce keeps on growing. The web is generating continuously new print volume that didn't exist yet in the market. So we are on the right path. To facilitate that, we have opened new branches. We were opening a few weeks ago in India. The next one on our list is in Boston, the USA. So I think we are on the right track to facilitate the print market. And I think bottom line, this all means that we will drive even more and a new additional volume to all our print partners. And I think you can show the next one, Mario. I think Tim can help a bit with this. Tim is dealing every day with dozens of print partners around the world and also with their press vendors like an HP, Ricoh, and Xerox, and the software vendors of that like an Enfocus. We like to give you a bit of a background what the market is demanding on this moment. We welcomed around 100 large accounts, let's say 110, 115 to be exactly, last year. And our pipeline is filled with new customers, but they all have new demands that we need to implement, and we need to do that together with our print partners. So Tim, this is yours to give some explanation what the market wants from us.
Thanks, Martijn, and hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different trends at the moment. We've got standard, I guess most printers tend to talk themselves about being a general printer. Most of them are now looking to open up other channels. Some of these companies we're working with have got relationships with companies that have other branches and other operations elsewhere in the world than the country they manage the print. They're now looking to expand that. We obviously offer them the opportunity to expand their offering to their clients without necessarily the cost that would normally be involved in establishing partnerships, overseeing the kind of quality and pricing that would be needed. So we've got a lot of people that are expanding out of their existing user base. Sometimes opportunity, sometimes it's out of necessity. They are being attacked from other areas and they want to secure that client. So yeah, it could be, I'm based in the UK, it could be a London-based opportunity that has 3 operations elsewhere in the world. They don't want them going to companies in those regions. So they're now looking after them via Cloudprinter out of their own office. We're seeing now, obviously, as we start with a client, it's very much about them fulfilling the products that our clients require. That could be, I don't know, an American organization wanted to produce a greetings card in the UK, or a book, or a photo book. But what we're now finding is printer partners are coming to us with new products that they're actually producing. They're allowing us to actually take those back to our clients and introduce new products. Our clients are also seeing new products very much in the personalization side of the print industry that they now want to deal with. So whereas we started with photo personalization being very much the world of the book, we're now seeing personalization on all manner of products, from textile-based products in the world of apparel and pillows, that type of thing, right the way through to merchandising and what we call giftware. So we're seeing a massive rise in these areas as well. And that naturally is meaning that we want more capacity as these products become popular with our clients. So they expand it within the countries they're actually operating, but also they're now realizing, for instance, we have companies in mainland Europe that have the same spoken language in other parts of the world. They're now looking to use the internet, some clever marketing to effectively push that work elsewhere. So whereas we've maybe had a Spanish printer dealing with some personalization for a book manufacturer or a book company or a publisher, we're now seeing that pop up in South America, in Mexico, places like this. So we're now naturally, where we've had an epicenter of print in a country, we're now looking to expand that. So we've now got a lot of printers that are now coming on board on a speculative basis on what will come. Martijn's probably best to talk about this, but the growth expectations are vast. And they're not just vast on a monetary basis, but just in terms of the amount of clients, corporates, etc., like Martijn explained, coming in, and the printer partners that we're going to be onboarding throughout the world. You know, with over 200 printer partners in over 105, well, I think 105 countries, we can cover some quite diverse regions outside of the usual suspects. So we're naturally going to be increasing the printer partners in countries we already have partnerships, and that could be because geographically we want to expand. So I guess as an overall focus, if we take the States as an example, yes, we can print in country, we can print north, south, east and west. What we really want to be doing in the coming years, which will happen, it's already moving that way, is we'll print in country, in state, in county, in state, in city, in state. In city, in county. So,
just as a small addition to that, we want to print as local as possible, and that means if we look to the United States, as Tim is explaining, we want to be as local. So in almost every state, we want to have a print facility. But of course, that should go on a certain speed that it doesn't hurt the existing print partners. You don't want to take volume and split it because you go into different states. And second, it should go parallel with the new things that we are implementing in shipping. What we have learned in 2021 is that shipping became even more important than anything else on our platform. Logistics providers were completely flooded by the growth of e-commerce and the impact of COVID on the behavior of the consumer. So they raised their pricing. Even in certain countries, the logistic providers limited their capacity. We got very clear, like, hey, Cloudprinter, or hey, print partner, we will do only 2,000 packages a day or whatever. Well, that is something that never should happen again. So we really work this year on getting more competitive shipping pricing by opening a few global accounts on Cloudprinter names and supply our print partners with shipping labels rather than ask them to ship on their own account. So it's a major improvement, and it allows us to bundle a bit of volume and have a bit, like, let's say, stronger force or better position on the table when we negotiate with those logistic providers. I think you can show the next one now, Maria. Yeah, this is directly and completely different topic, but it's really cool what we did last year. We are a print API, and this is what we show here is mainly focused on our customers, the print buyers. But it really makes sense to show this to you as our print partner or future print partner, so you get a better understanding where we take the print volume, which kind of market and customers we serve. So as a print API, in the beginning, we targeted on tech companies where they had developers and understood how they should connect their code to our code in order to automate printing, push it to our platform, and we routed it to the nearest and most qualified print partner. On top of that API, we have done a lot of integrations with platforms that print buyers and potential print buyers might use. Salesforce, HubSpot, WooCommerce, ShipStation, Shopify. We have launched a lot of ready-to-go apps, integrations, whatever is the right name for it, to start printing with Cloudprinter. If you are a Shopify user, you just need to go right now to the Shopify App Store, type in Cloudprinter, do 2-3 small configuration tweaks, and you are ready to go. You can sell your complete product catalog all around the world, and you don't even need to think as a print buyer about where it's printed, how much it costs, etc. And the same for, let's say, the marketing agencies. Our integration soon with HubSpot means you can run direct email or direct mail campaigns, physical mail campaigns from a HubSpot or a Salesforce. So that opens a lot of new possibilities for internet companies, the online players, to start to print physical direct mail cards to get attention from their prospect, rather than end up in an email box like one of the 200 spams the prospect might receive a day. And that is all generating new print volume. And that is probably the strength of our platform. We don't fight for the direct mail deal that is already 30 years in the market. If we will do so, we would compete with you as a print partner. Now, we generate new print volume from the, let's say, .com world. And to facilitate that, we made a lot of integrations like we have listed here. Marianne,
so just to add to that, Martijn,
yeah.
Just one of the other things that we've found as well is historically, when everything kicked off for Cloudprinter, we had a clear demarcation between a client who would be a corporate or a web-based company that would be submitting work for print into the system, and the printer partners on the other side who were fulfilling the work. Many of these printers have web-to-print systems. They have e-commerce platforms that they're maybe selling other wares that they produce through, that maybe they're producing for their own clients. So, it could be that they're producing some form of personalized garment, some kind of personalized card, book, whatever. So these B2C sites that are now sitting on the back of of some of our printer partners businesses working independently, maybe for local or national business, can now also be run through Cloudprinter. So again, if you wanted to expand your own web to print offering that you have on a B2C site, like a WooCommerce or something, you could actually offer a lot more products without necessarily having to buy in the equipment to produce it, by utilizing our network of printers to fulfill on your behalf under a white label. So, you know, you might be producing mugs and t-shirts, but you might want to do photo books, but you don't have the ability to do hardback. We could obviously allow you to facilitate that either nationally and expanding your range, or push it internationally to other countries that you want to target.
That really makes sense, and that's a valid point, Tim. Let's move to the next slide. I think the most exciting part of last year was that what we call the chicken and the egg problem. We fixed it. When we started, I think we had the issue that each platform had in the world, each marketplace, each concept like us, no matter in which industry, you have your demand and your offer, and they never go on an equal speed. So we had print partners which we connected, and then it took 6 months before they had volume. We had customers who were connecting, but they were lacking a print partner in China, New Zealand, Brazil, or whatever. And 2021 was really the year where that was fixed. And there was no technical or strategic plan for that. It was just a matter of working hard to get all the right print partners on board, facilitate all the leads to go live. And yeah, that was really a major breakthrough. And as a result of that, we see that the average invoice from our print partners grew rapidly. Currently, the average invoice from a print partner per month is around 68,000 euro a month. And it's growing. But what we see right now is something really, really strange. The more offers we have, the more demand we directly see. So it's not that there is the demand and then we need to find partners for that. No, each partner we now activate or connect to our platform directly attract more print volume on the print buyer side. And that is, we are really, really happy about it, because that means the concept of being a platform really starts to work. Another part that really was exciting in 2021, and that is something we like to continue in 2022, is we killed the seasons. The first products that we were launching as Cloudprinter were, like Tim mentioned earlier this webinar, the photo personalized segment, which means a wonderful Q4, but nothing to do with the rest of the year. And we have now a certain diversity in our customer base. We target publishers, we target the e-commerce world, we target the Fortune 500 and the NGOs. So that diversity means we have a growing volume all around the year. And I think that is something that is really good news for our print partners. We can go to the next slide, Marianne. This is our current map, and we.
With this mistake.
You can say something about it, and what I see is that we are an international company, but that my PowerPoint is still using my Dutch grammar check. So nobody should look to the word of locations. That is just a grammar mistake of my PowerPoint. But Tim, maybe you can tell a bit how we are working on growing our print network.
Yeah, I mean, so in general, I mean, in some of these countries we have a very singular operation, and that's probably because of demand. But ultimately, we have a team of printer partners whose job is to effectively make onboarding with Cloudprinter less effort involved. So we'll actually hold your hands through the process of coming on board, helping you with the pricing, helping you with the products that are likely to be produced in your region. And if there is an integration that's required, again, talk through how that works. We have, out of our offices, we have a team of incredibly high level development, and we also have people that are actually involved in the integration within the actual API. So don't ever fear having a conversation about something that involves acronyms like, the print industry is famous for. API is just a way of connecting two pieces of software. So what we tend to do is we're having printers, and I'd encourage anyone who isn't already a printer partner, hit the website, follow through the links, and see what's involved in becoming a printer partner, or just drop a line in and we'll get one of our managers to give you a call, and we can talk through what the possibilities are. What we do find, though, is that the regions that our clients dictate they need to work in are what determine the kind of print that we are awarding to the printer partners. And it always starts, as I mentioned earlier, as a very small set of products. It might be that we're just managing business stationery. Then we move to marketing products, and we're off from marketing products into other areas. You will often find that we might be producing work for possibly a bespoke book publisher or a photo book or photo personalization organization. And they will start again with a very bespoke product. So what we find is that we will onboard a printer with what we need for that time, and we will keep it as simple as possible. But because we have 5,000 plus products in our portfolio, there's always the opportunity to scale. So the importance for us with a printer partner isn't just that they're digitally mature and able to manage print on demand, but it's also that they've created a provision for growth, for scale. So the importance of either having in place an automation in your production environment, or the plans for an automation in your production environment is imperative, because we can start off with a level of business that is manageable within your existing setup, and very, very quickly, because of the success of that product, we can actually put so much work in that it could actually create a problem. So we always work with our printer partners about this contingency planning. It's also why we partner with workflow technologies like On Focus Switch to allow people to actually move into that area without the fear of and the expense involved. So we actually have a very, very good relationship with On Focus Switch that allows us to put a light version of their technology into your business to help start that process going. So when we do, as Martijn said quite rightly, we could start with a printer partner onboarding and there's nothing for a period of time, and then they might get a few orders and then it builds. But we've also seen this exponential rise in business that suddenly comes from that region, because all of a sudden, if a product is selling there, naturally all of their competitors will then promote it, which then builds the business, and it just keeps growing. So we take a...
I think that's a good topic thing to see on the next slide, like how could we really, how we really can boost, let's say, the volume to our print partners. So what we have seen is, no, it's not. Let's now stop the sales pitch for a few minutes and let's look to the practical side. If you are a print partner and you connect to Cloudprinter, there are always things that you think, does that make sense? Is this not too complicated? Oh, that cost me a lot of resources. So we want to know those things, because we want to make it as easy as possible for our print partners to work with us. So we are working on a new pricing model, which means we don't bother you anymore with a long SKU list with products and global pricing where you can add your own pricing. No, we provide you with AI-based pricing, and we ask you, is this the pricing you can work for? If not, tweak it. You can go lower, you can go higher. You can see very soon in our dashboard how your pricing impacts your volume. So I think that's a major breakthrough. Second, we start to provide our print partners with our Cloud Printer app, where they can see real time what is the volume in the market, where they also can set their own capacity and those kind of things. We have launched multiple currency, so we currently can receive invoices and handle product pricing from our print partners of more than 20 global currencies, and we are trying to add more and more over time. So if you are in the US, you can set your pricing, of course, in US dollars and get paid in US dollars. But the same is if you are in Canada, if you're in Brazil, Japan, Australia, and many other markets. And we keep on working on ease the integration. We really want the one-click instant connection to be connected to Cloud Printer in a technical way. We have already more than a year big plans with and focus to switch to our customers, and that is our print partners, and that's something you will definitely hear from in the next months. And maybe you can show the next one, Marion. So if you look to what is our focus, what we should do as Cloud Printer in 2022 to grow our customer base and grow the print volume to our print partners, then it's more tools for print customers to go live, with more integrations with apps that they are using, more products. Like we showed in the slide before, labeling, packaging, direct mail, but also the limited amount of books that we currently might offer. I think we currently do 24 trim sizes. If we add 8 more trim sizes, it will drive volume as well. More print partners. We going more on a state level in the US, going to larger markets and divide the country in several zones in line with, let's say, the shipping zones, to ship faster, to ship cheaper. And what we really want is listening to our print partners, what they think we should launch as a product. We don't want to be that arrogant platform that comes to you and say, hey, here we have a new product, price it and go. Now we really want to hear from our print partners like, hey, you have that static 5,000-6,000 product list, but we think if you tweak this product or you launch this version of it, it might be a much better fit to the region where we are working. And please tell it to us, because that will really help to be really that global, local company.
I think adding to that, Martijn, one of the things that does happen, and it naturally would happen, is we could have a European client who has a specification of a product that unfortunately can't be fulfilled exactly the same in, say, South America, because the stock isn't available. So we need that input and that support, because then we can take that back to our clients. It's just a case of education, you know, but they will naturally say, we want it on this paper, in this way, in that location. And when we get the feedback from our printer partners, you know, you guys, girls know this, and it just allows us to go back and say, this stock isn't available, but this is a very, very similar type of product that will behave in the same way.
Exactly, that's absolutely the point. So let's move to the next one, Marianne. So what we ask our print partners to help us, and in return drive the volume, is invest in automation rather than atoms. What do we mean with that? We really see that automation in your production workflow will make the difference. The time of receiving 500 orders a day and then entering track and trace manual in a portal and all those things, they are gone. Yeah, that we provide you the tools and integrations with platforms that we can automate it together. Yeah, that will reduce the resources you need to handle a job from Cloud Printer. The first one is funny one. Funny is the wrong word, I think, a complicated one even. We ask you
Certainly.
to keep, we ask to keep your stock up. That is basically marketing or sales language. Like, please make sure you can print in a time where paper pricing, packaging pricing, and all those things are going through the roof. And we are there to help. We have interfered multiple times over the past weeks with global, or let's say continental, providers of paper and packaging to help our print partners to get their stock, and also against the price which they need. So that is something we will work on this year as well. And we also want to be more personal due to COVID and all those things that happened in the last 1.5 to 2 years. We have been working very well with a lot of print partners. We met them online. We had Zoom, Skype, Google meetings to get them connected. We drove the volume. We have a wonderful working relation. But then, of course, we never met each other. So what we will do this year, we will do a few times Cloudprinter on tour, where we will go with a larger group of our team to certain countries to meet the print partners there, to spend time together, to listen to feedback, to tell our ambitions and plans, and really learn each other face to face. So I think this is what we're going to do in the future. I don't know anymore, Marianne, did we have more slides, or? Oh yeah, that's one. That is your sales pitch, Tim.
I think following the last slide though, we have some really interesting conversations. As you can appreciate, what we do isn't the norm. I would say, trust what we do and give it a go. There's a number of printer partners that find it very difficult to get their heads around the fact that there's this ethereal platform that is providing them with an unknown, initially, amount of work at no cost to their business. And the only work is that you need to be able to meet the pricing and the product specification, obviously fulfill the SLAs, making sure that the product is printed well, delivered on time and without damage, and the work builds. There isn't anything in the middle here. There's no people there making decisions. This is a technology. It's an algorithm, thinking AI platform that effectively is assessing work coming in, and it's deciding where the closest final destination is, and it's awarding it there. Now, our platform is going to become more and more discerning and capable in the way that it can do more finite filtering against the type of printer and performance and speed of delivery and performance against SLA. So keep your minds open as a printer. Our world, everyone's world, this isn't just print, has changed. COVID isn't the only thing that's affected it. It's just turned the dial up. And what we do is a friend to the printer. We're a rewarding print that you would never normally have. Martijn likes to see it effectively as a team of salespeople that you don't have to pay for. So
that's what we do, Tim. And I think after this webinar, we will share a few links to some testimonials and explanation videos that we published on YouTube. For example, Inkish went to print partners of us. They had some great interviews. So we will follow up directly after the call with that. From the Cloudprinter side, that's it for today. We will reach out to everyone who was at this webinar in the next days. And if you have questions, ping us anytime.
Yeah.
We're all on LinkedIn, so if you can't get the email, contact us through LinkedIn or on the website.
But it's Tim@Cloudprinter.com.
Yeah, and then so we'll get the recording of the webinar.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.